So, the Flyers, they've done it. They've signed Kevin Hayes to a 7-year deal worth $7.14 million AAV. Wow, that's rich. That's going to drive the market price up for everything. And I'll tell you why. But first, of course, you remember he was traded on June 3rd from the Winnipeg Jets for his rights anyway, for a 5th-round pick. The 27-year-old 6'6" center, big man, tallied a career-high 55 points in 71 games during this 2018-19 season, in which he split time between the Jets and the Rangers. Now, Chuck Fletcher said on June 1st he was going to be very aggressive in his first offseason as the general manager of the Philadelphia Flyers, and he hasn't disappointed so far. Now, he traded Radko Gudas for Matt Niskanen on Friday, which I didn't really understand that trade, trading for an older defenseman, because they're both right-shot defensive defensemen, and they kept money on that one. And then on Tuesday, he landed Justin Braun from the San Jose Sharks, who's 32, I want to say, has 1 year left on his contract, and they gave up a 2nd and a 3rd-round pick. Seems a little pricey to me. And in any case, let's talk about Kevin Hayes, some of his point production besides this past season. Now, he was a +1 with the Rangers this past season and a -3 with the Jets. Funny enough, a better team. In any case, in 2017-18, he had, in 76 games, he had 25 goals, 19 assists for 44 points, and was a +1. The year before that, 2016-17, in 76 games, he had 17 goals, 32 assists for 49 points, and was a +10. In the 2015-16 season, in 79 games, he had 14 goals, 22 assists for 36 points, was a +4. And then in his first season at NHL in 2014-15 season with the Rangers, he had, in 79 games, 17 goals, 28 assists for 45 points, was a +15. $7.14 million for 7 years for a guy who's had a career-high 55 points. Wow, that's pricey. I know he could have probably he could have walked into the UFA market after, Philly just gave up a 5th-rounder. Maybe he would have got the same thing. I don't know. It seems very pricey for a guy up until this past season has gone up and down between 36 points, between 36 and 55. Yeah. Now, let's move on to, now that they have him, they're looking like they might do really well next year. I'm really curious to see how they're going to mesh with all the new coaching staff, with Alex Vigneault down there, and where he's going to put him. Is he going to, put him in the 2nd or 3rd line center spot? If I'm him, I would say put Hayes, the more experienced player, in that 2nd line center spot, bump Nolan Patrick down the 3rd line center, let him develop more against lesser competition. That seems to be the obvious choice right there. And then maybe in 2-3 years' time, they flip spots. Hopefully by then, Nolan Patrick could be much more developed, be a better player. I would think that would be the plan. Now, in terms of cap space, Philly now has just under $23 million left. And they do have some guys to sign. Mind you, the biggest being on defense, left shot defenseman Ivan Provorov, who's coming off a bit of a bad year. Maybe they get him for a good price or a bridge. And then Travis Sanheim at 23 years old, that right shot defenseman. On forward, they got a bunch of RFAs, Lindblom, Hartman, Lawton, Bailey, but sorry, not Lindblom. I meant Hartman, Lawton, Bailey, and Konecki is probably the most important one out of those 4 right there. He's also the youngest at age 22. We'll see what kind of contract he gets. The only UFAs they have are Philip Verone. Okay. Utility center, maybe 4th line center right now. And then and they have no UFAs on D. On goaltending, though, they have Nervous, Talbot, and Elliott are all UFAs. They still have Alex Leon, a 26-year-old goalie, signed for one more year. Till he becomes a UFA at $750,000. Really nice price, but do you really want? Wouldn't you want a bit more of a veteran backing up Carter Hart, seeing how young he is at age 20? Look at his buddy Cam Talbot, for instance, or even the grizzled vet. I mean, they're both. Brian Elliott's, older at age 34, but he seems a bit more of a safer bet if you can get him to a short-term friendly deal. We'll see how that all works out. But in any case, there you have it. Let me know where you think Kevin Hayes is going to play in this lineup. What you think about this deal? Is it too pricey? Is it, oh well, that's the way things goes? If you're trying to, cut him off before he goes to the UFA market. And what do you think? What's your confidence with Chuck Fletcher right now in these trades and what he's doing? Philly looks like they could right now, like they can make the playoffs. They do. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments in down below. Hit like if you like this video. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hey, if you happen to have any Hockey Geek friends, please don't feel shy about sharing. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.